So now, when we're looking at the way energy is moving, if you see the blockage that's happening in a specific section, like here, then this is where you want to. This is your first point that you want to pay attention to. Okay, from my research and scanning thousands of people, this is what I've
Mm-hmm.
realized that energy moves kind of like this around the system. Now we
Okay.
have to see, okay, that's why I always start from down here and then I move around
Mm-hmm.
this way and I study the flow. And I want to see, okay, if there's a my first point is over here. This is my first point of attention to help more energy move up the spine. Okay. And then I come up
Okay.
and I see the second section. Do you see now it's thicker here? And now from here on, it gets even thinner. See this section right here? Energy
Yeah.
drops at this point again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now that where is that? That's right at the back of the neck. This one is right on the hips. And then now here you see that there's some jaggedy signs here. So we have some disruptions that are happening in these areas too. Okay.
Okay.
So now if you have with your system that you can go and like, run field. So this would be like the first point of interest. This would be the second. And then that will be the next one will be the third.
Okay.
So what I usually do, I want to first work on this point right here. And then,
Okay.
if you have anything that you can work on them there, you can work on them, or maybe you can recommend them to a specialist. I usually send people to get a massage to like a craniosacral massage therapist or somebody that really knows how to work with the fascia. And after like a good session of massage, I see a lot of this energy that moves. But now, it just depends on how long it's been holding and how much of that energy is
Mm-hmm.
there. Now, maybe just one session is not going to be good enough. If it's just at the beginning, you're seeing a little bit of a shootout, maybe one massage will take care of it. But if there's a lot of energy built up, then it could be a series of session, as the way you said it yourself, that you have to like take them through and just like we're peeling the layers like after each session at a time, and then we get to
Got it.
notice like how much more energy, and then you got to educate your clients that a lot of these happens because of their habits. So if you're sitting down all the time, like in our chairs and at work and an office, then that's what's going to happen. Like, we weren't designed to always sit down and have this kink in our hips. So
Mm-hmm.
energy like
Mm-hmm.
from our legs is moving up, hitting the hips, and it's like going back into the legs. And now what do we have in
Okay.
our legs? There's a lot of veins in our legs, right? That take blood and they bring it to the heart, and the heart sends it back all the way to the toes and it comes back up. So now, if
Mm-hmm.
you have all this blockage that's happening in the hips, then what's going to happen to the flow of energy, flow of circulation of blood in our system? It's going to become
Yeah.
stagnant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you go and if you look at this energy field on the individual scan, I bet you that you're going to see a lot of these like red dots that appears like in these sections.
Should I go now?
So yeah, go back to database and pick one of those scans. Yeah, go to just like, yeah, right there. See if you notice and click on, yeah, you're in the right one. So now if you notice, do you see all these red stuff that are here? These red stuff that are appearing here?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like talking about the same system, but from a
Mm-hmm.
different point of view. So those red stuff that are building up, those are kind of like imagine like within Earth. Like how does Earth balance its charges? So when there's like we have the clouds that they carry negative, positive charge, and we have the Earth that
Mm-hmm.
has negative charge, right? So then when there's like a lot of clouds, there's a lot of charge that's being built up, then all of a sudden there's a lightning that will balance the energies. We'll take the positive and the negative. There's a connection like through rains or whatever that's coming, creates that connection, and then poof, we have this lightning, and then the charges go away and the system becomes balanced. So
Mm-hmm.
now when you see
Okay.
all these red stuff in the system, these are like those lightnings. These are like the transfer of different types of energies. So when a lot of energy gets built up, then it's like the system wants to become balanced, right? Because everything always in nature wants to maintain balance.
Yeah.
And naturally, our systems, everything, they want to create balance. So when there's a lot of energy there, then you see, let me take away all these drawings here. Now you see this section right here. You have a lot of red stuff backing up, and then you have a lot of red stuff backing up here. And if you look
Mm-hmm.
here, this is the coronary vessels, and if you look there, that's the heart.
Okay.
So now do you see when we have a lot of blockages in the hips, how much pressure it puts on the heart?
Hmm.
Because the heart is pumping, pumping, and it's just going down. It's like getting stuck, and it has to work harder and harder and harder to want to get the everything to be flowing throughout the system. And now, we're not looking at the flow of blood that would make it something like medical, but we're
Yes,
looking at the
yes.
energy as the system is moving, the flow going through the system. Like, how is the energy getting dissipated? And that's what we're studying. Okay.
And you see when there's this like a sharp
Yeah,
here,
and
like
whenever you see those sharp lines, like that's a definite like block. That's like the river and the dam example. It's like they're building that block now. It's like a wall there, and the energy just boom hitting that wall is like backing down.
mm, okay.
Okay. So when you look
Mm-hmm.
at it that way, then oh my God, this will show you so much information. And then you know exactly where to go to fix that first. And then you scan them again. Like, you work on their hip area, you scan them again to see, okay, does the energy move? As soon as you release that blockage, all this backup energy there will move through here and it will cover the energies, the areas that don't have that much energy.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then you always see that's the side effect. See at the top of the head on the front image, you always see that how it gets really thin on top of the head. The energy drops when there's issues on the hips and the spine, because that's how energy moves up to the head.
Okay. And when you have like you see that there are these reds here and then like inside those, that means the same thing, right?
Yeah, when you have a lot of those reds, that's just the extra energy building up. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So now to get more energy, we want to come back after the hips. Then you want to focus like on the back of the neck or wherever the energy is dropping next, or like around the spine
Mm.
in these sections. You see these dark lines that are going through all through like in these sections over here? This the fine tiny little darker
Yeah.
lines. Like pay a lot of attention to details in these images. That will give you so much information. Those little dark lines that are going
Okay.
through, those are those little kinks on the neck. And if you go to like a good massage
Uh-huh.
therapist, I can really like I usually go to them and have them use their elbow and they get really in there and oh my it
Mm.
hurts like heck. But right after when I scan myself, oh my God, like I feel it right there. Like all of a sudden I feel like there's like so much energy coming to my head. Like I feel like it's sharp.
Wow.
So that's how you can tell. Like as soon as like, I usually take these scans to my massage therapist and I show them. I'm like, hey, if you don't do a good job, I'm gonna go scan myself again. I can tell if you didn't open it. So this becomes like an amazing session if you get your massage therapist more like educated in this. And
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they will want to buy one after they learn like how powerful this is and how they can see all the blockages in the system. Because then they don't need to go and massage the entire body. They can just focus on specific areas and
Mm.
people will get the same results. And they can save so much
Yeah.
energy and, not damage their own
That's right.
systems.
Because if you just know exactly where to focus on, it's your work is so much easier. Exactly right.
Yeah,
Can I
massage
quickly
therapists, like,
jump to that guy
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
see? I just want to see his where this would it's with him. You cannot even see what's going on,
Yeah,
right?
with him, it's just, yeah, he's got low energy. Low energy is a sign of things that are drawing energy out of the system. So
Yeah.
that's usually something happening with him that's the energy is going away. And that's why you got to study his habits. Like, what is he doing? What is he consuming?
Yeah. How about this as well? It could be better, I guess.
And some people, while we're on that topic, some people they sweat a lot and make sure that you turn the fan on. I think it's automated now because we had so many issues with
Yeah,
it.
yes. I don't
Yeah.
think you even have the switch. Is there?
Yeah, I think
Because I
automatically
just
comes on now because we had some
yeah.
issues with people that they sweat and they put their fingers in there and it looks like that. Like they get a lot of breakages. So when the fan comes on, then that usually takes care of that issue.
I'm gonna come back to mine one. I just want to see other people to see. As that was this one day with this one woman. She's pretty good actually. Or not? I don't know. You can tell me.
I mean, you see, there's a lot of like when you look, go back,
Right.
and the last, yeah, you see the back up there, and then whatever you see, see, these are the patterns you're always going to see. At first starts here. You can see the thyroid energy around the throat area getting dissipated. And then it goes here. And then it goes here. And then it goes here. So that's almost like a pattern that you can see. What is the level of toxicity in people? Because this is their thyroid area. This is this is liver. This is kidneys. This is urogenital system. This is all the filtration systems in the body. So
you're really focusing on those when there is mostly red. Yeah, that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah, when there's all this red here, then that's a sign, because when somebody comes to you, you scan them for the first time, like you have no idea how has their field been in the past, right? It's the first time we're looking at it. But when you have a lot of red stuff here, that means that this has been going on for a while. This is a chronic issue in the system.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But the shootouts, you pay attention to a lot too. Like at first, there's the shootouts that come. If you don't get rid of the shootouts, then the red stuff builds up. So now when you see this, like it doesn't mean like, this person has issues with their liver or kidneys or their urogenital system. It just means they need to detox. There's a lot of energy that's being spent in their detoxification systems. So now you need to guide them of how to maybe, do a better job detoxing. That's a huge issue that a lot of people have toxins in their system build up. And like that's what I've seen with BioWell. You just see the different degrees of how much toxins are building up in people. And then once they get a lot of toxins build up, then a lot of symptoms happen.
Okay. Let's go back to mine then. We're going back to compare or the single one?
Yeah, go back to compare.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so now,
great information. Thank you.
Yeah, based on what we just talked about, any questions here?
So far so good. So here, so then there's more energy coming here, because it seems like on this side we have like a. So what is the accurate energy?
So 4 to 6 is the right amount of energy, right? So right now that's 481. So yeah, that's like optimal.
That's optimal. And here we have 7. So that's where it's too much energy there.
Yeah. So 712 there. Usually you want to look after high energy. So if you go a little bit higher now, see what energy drops, then that's usually your point of blockage. See, like right there.
Then below.
Yeah. So now if you just, usually if you touch their back and you go into like circular motions, you feel some knots like right there, and they feel it. They're like, so I mean, if you're not a practitioner, massage therapist, don't touch people, but for my friends and family, that's what I usually do. And I kind of see, and for myself, I just touch my back and those areas. I'm like, oh my God. And I just release it, rub it, I rescan myself, and then poof, energy comes back there.
Got it. Okay, that's very good to know.
And then after the thyroid, you see you have the shootouts, that's like a number 1. And then you see the respiratory system that starts to go out. So that's like the second. If they don't take care of it there, then you see urogenital around their sexual system starts to shoot out. So like this person right here, see it's already, is this you? Yeah. See, like your thyroid, your throat, there's a lot of toxins that are building up there. So it's like, help. It's like screaming for help there, right?
Right. Look at this.
And then now your respiratory system is shooting out. It's like, oh my God, give me some help here. But when you look at your urogenital system, it's not as defined, right? But now when you go to your liver, see, this is your liver here.
Here.
Yes, 5. So energy is good, but it's got a little bit of a pattern. It's shooting out. So that's telling you that you're like in that process as they're starting to build up. But this over here is starting to put a lot of energy there. And that's your right kidney, 863. You see that?
Yeah.
So now that's just telling you that, like you're starting to build up toxins, like start to pay attention and get rid of them so that, you don't have all those red stuff building up and have all that stuff.
Got it. Okay. I think that's great information. Thank you.
Of course.
I'll play around and look at this, guys. It makes so much sense.
Yeah, so if you don't, and I always tell my practice, people go and look at individual systems, look at the number, we're like, oh, it should be 4, it's like 3.98, so maybe there's something wrong with liver. Like, like we don't look at the system that way. You don't want to go, like, because there's such a complete complex system and it's such sensitive data that you don't want to look at it individually. You want to look at the entire system as a whole. And that's why the more data points you have, like even if you look at like somebody's, sometimes I get like I have like 10 scans throughout a month of a person. I compare all 10 scans together, I go through it and I really study it. Oh my God, I learned so much about them.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. That's true. Cool. Okay, we can go to the next one, I think.
Yeah. If you don't have any more questions, let's go to chakras.
I think we can go to the chakras.
Now here, let's say if I'm looking at the on the last energy field, let's say I'm looking at the respiratory system as like shooting out a lot, right? Now, as we know, it could be either emotional or something physiological, right? So now for to answer that question for myself, I would come and look at if the respiratory system is shooting out, or like in your case, the thyroids are like shooting out like crazy, right? So then I want to see, okay, is it emotional or is it something that's like the toxins that are building up? So now I come and look at your throat here and I see that you have a very balanced energy center around your throat. You have 4 scans perfectly going right around that center line. That's exactly how we want it. So now I know it's not something emotional for you. Okay. So now I know
so
that it's more direct.
Where's the right and left? Because I don't see where's, so you're looking at that as if the person is in front of you, or the left is as your left hand side and the right hand side?
So yeah, I'm looking at it from my point of view. So if the person is sitting that way, like my right is their left.
Okay. So that's their left.
Yeah. Can you hold on 1 second, please?
Sure.
Thanks.
So let's focus as we see it on the screen. My left is okay. Here I was going confused. My left is their left.
Well, like my right, my right is that person's left, right?
So my left is extrovert.
Yeah. So look at it. Look at it the way it's on the screen. Don't confuse yourself trying to flip it around.
Exactly.
Just look at it the way it is. Yeah. If it goes
So
this, if it goes this way, it's more introvert. If it goes that way, it's more extrovert.
Yeah, and so, that's the left. Extrovert, right, introvert.
Yeah, and these are like inner emotions, like thoughts that you're internally processing yourself. These are things that are influenced by other people's actions or like things that you have to deal with. So that's why we, like if you look at your solar plexus here, see we have like 2 of them that are pulling this way, 2 of them that are in the center, but we don't have really anything going on this side. So, and that has a little bit of a pull to the introvert. And if you look at your like crown, you see 2 of them are coming on this side, but you don't have anything going here. So then you have a little bit of a pull into the extrovert side.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's go back to that respiratory system. So you said, can you repeat, say that again?
On which system?
The respiratory system and the throat chakra.
Yeah, so I was looking at this to understand, okay, is it emotional or is it like it's something that's maybe, your body's sending more energy there because some, toxins are building up or something like that. So then when I look here and I see that there's a little bit of a movement, then I know that you have like a very balanced psycho-emotional state. Because if there were like issues with emotions for your throat, then maybe like one of them would show up here, one of them would like show up here. They'll be like all over the place.
Okay.
But when they're closer to the center line, then that's a sign of balance. Like this is a perfect center right here. That's how we want them to be. We want it to be going right around that area. Okay. Now, the more variation they have, then the more like the less focus that person has in those aspects of their life.
Okay. Got it.
And we pay attention to the size. See, and we pay attention to the size of the circles. Now, do you notice how this is smaller and this is a lot bigger? Now, that's because a lot more energy is going through the throat. And as we talk about it, energy moves up, right? It goes from the root chakra shooting up to the crown. Now, as it's moving up, then because too much energy is being wasted there, now we don't have enough energy going up to the third eye. Okay. And then it's not as simple as that because energy is like multidimensional. It's like, it's a vortex.
Yeah.
So, but just
Yes.
to
Yes.
be able to make sense of it a little bit, we can look at it that way. But energy, like some people, you see the third eye is small, but the crown gets big. And that's because like, energies, they come in from the heaven and they say the top three chakras are like the heavenly chakras. And then the last three, they're the worldly or the earthly chakras. And then they meet in the heart. So that's why, like, some people, you may have those kind of, if you're the spiritual, you meditate a lot, they can have a perfectly like large energy center in their head. But then when it gets to their third eye, it could shrink if, they have a lot of toxins in their system because that decalcifies the pineal.
Okay. Okay.
And you're going to see a lot of people like that their third eyes are shrunk because of the toothpaste we use, because of all the processed food we eat and all the toxins in our environments.
Yeah.
They don't want us to be able to see, right? They want to block that so that they can take control. So
Yes.
we need
Yes.
to help
Yes.
people to decalcify that for them, and the biocore is really powerful for that. So if you run the sessions and use the biocore on the pineal, that sends a lot of powerful information into the pineal and really helps to decalcify that.
Okay. And so, what else would you see on this
So see
particular scan?
the heart is pulling this way.
Uh-huh.
Solar plexus is pulling this way. And, as long as you're within these two lines, you're within the normal range. So, like, it's not like, but ideally, we want to be like this.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. Any questions here?
Here, pretty good. And that was as well. This is always when there is the energy, it's always the 4 to 6 joules when there is the right energy.
Yes, 4 to 6 is the right amount of energy.
Okay. Now, this is pretty good. I want to kind of just quickly go to see some more extreme cases.
Okay.
Even that lady I did yesterday, because that was a little bit chakras. So I went from here, but I just want to remind myself how it went all. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at different people.
It's okay.
But I'm going
Take
to
your
the
time.
That was the first time I scanned her. That was just one scan.
Okay.
And then how this.
So now put all of her scans into clear your compare, put all of her scans in compare. That's what I do with my clients, and you can see like such awesome.
Should I do all of them, or just that one day?
The ones that you're sure your finger scans were done right. So if you go through the finger scans, just quickly take a look at them, make sure they're all good. Okay, that looks good. Go to the next one.
That's good.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Good. Yeah, those are all good. You can add them all into the compare.
So I'm gonna skip this one, right? This one wasn't that great.
Yeah, that one, the ring is kind of tiny.
Okay.
Now goes to chakras. Yeah. Now do you see? You can see how this one's got to pull this way. The heart's pulling this way.
Yeah.
Solar plexus. If they have 4 of them here and just one is popping out like that, I would question like maybe something happened during that scan. Because usually, you could see a pattern usually. Like, every single one of them you see like there's a movement. But one of them that one is like all of a sudden it's like shooting up.
Yeah. So maybe
Maybe they got afraid about something or something happened that influenced that scan.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So you look at the pattern. If there's outlier like one off, so it might not be something that it's.
Yeah, that's why if you pay attention and follow specific protocols, don't talk to them when you're doing your scans. Like you really make sure the scans with sizes are the same, everything's nice and clean. Then you usually don't have one of those that will just pop all of a sudden. But if that does, usually, then that's why we do multiple scans to look at the statistical data instead of just paying attention to one scan.
Yeah.
And if there's an issue in
That.
the system, it usually repeats itself. It's not something that's just going to be, oh, like one time and go away.
Mm-hmm. Is that the tough case guy?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty,
Um,
it's pretty rooted. That's good.
his chakras are, he's the most aligned chakra wise when it comes to percentage.
But see, he's a little bit
Not
extrovert.
always.
See, he has a little bit more pull this way. See that?
Mm-hmm. It's more outside environment that's impacting him, which I kind of knew.
Yeah. Sorry,
Makes
our
sense.
developer keeps on calling me. I have to like pause his
Yeah, it's
calls.
okay. Okay.
So that's how we can see, like, if somebody's more on an extrovert or introvert, and then you can focus on how to bring it more back into Zen.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to kind of hear your thoughts.
And then that's
Okay.
like, you need to have a conversation with him. Like, what is it that influences him externally? Is it other people's opinion? Is it his work? Like, that's when you can figure out and have that conversation with him, and that'll be powerful for him.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I literally had that in my thoughts that I need to kind of maybe ask him more questions about.
Yeah,
That's me
I
again.
always ask a lot of questions because you learn so much just by understanding their lifestyle. I ask him, what kind of job do you have? What do you do every day? I want to get a picture of that person, that what they're doing throughout their day. What do they eat for breakfast? When do they eat their lunch? How many times do they eat a day? Are they taking any medications? What are they taking? All of those should be information that you have in their profile.
Yes. Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to pay more attention to. Okay, so I understand that now. So I can move to the next one.
Yes.
Analysis.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty self-explanatory. It's the stress, the energy. This I have read on. I have been watching the videos, so it's telling the percentage of. This was pretty self-explanatory. After I watched the videos, it kind of told me a lot of information. But if you have anything that I need to know more than what's showing on the screen, please let me know.
Yeah. So down here, the last three different sections here, these are talking about the autonomic nervous system. Okay.
Mhm.
So then, if you want to understand more of like what's happening with that person, of if they're more on a sympathetic activation or a parasympathetic activation, then this is how we study their ANS to be able to help them more. So
So how? Yeah, please carry on.
yeah, so now when you look at this person, you see that they're pretty much, the ANS is pretty much balanced. Like, the one time is shooting up to the left, the rest of them are pretty optimal. One time is going to the right. So, overall, if you look at it, they are kind of like balancing themselves out. And then when you're looking at
So which one would be left would be sympathetic and right parasympathetic, or the opposite?
yeah, if they go this way, this is the sympathetic and this is the parasympathetic.
Okay.
Okay. And then, ideally we want to be closer to zero here. So you see that there's more of a little bit more of a sympathetic domination.
Over here?
Yeah.
Here. Okay.
See the ones that it says like 5L, that means 5 systems are sympathetically activated. The 1R means one system is parasympathetically activated. So if you just count these, then you'll know, okay, like there's a little bit more pull this way. See, there's more of them that are passing this 5 zone, comparing to this side. So then this is the energy of all these systems that are here. This is the total energy differences. That like this 3L here is using this much energy that's pulling to the sympathetic cells. The 5 systems that are unbalanced there, they're totally on average are using this much energy of the parasympathetic.
Okay.
Okay. So, and if you pay attention though, see, as far as the balance optimal goes, they're pretty much in that optimal range. So then his ANS autonomic nervous system looks pretty balanced to me.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Here, so that relates, I would just skip to that balance tab because this relates to this, right?
Yes. So when here now, see all the ones that the blue ones are higher, these are the parasympathetic dominations. Okay. So this is your 5R. The R,
Mm-hmm.
see the R is representing the blue and it's the right.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you count these guys, it's only 1, 2, 3 out.
Okay. And then that's the particular day, and then okay. So it doesn't. This one doesn't pull all the information. Here you have to go by one.
Yeah, here you have to go one by one. That's why we have this drop-down menu down here. So you should use this drop-down menu here and then
Oh, okay.
go through them system by system. So the first one you go to the head,
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
and then
Okay.
the game that you play here is you want to see, okay, which system, because here we have what? We have 6 different scans, right? So now we want
Mm-hmm.
to see what system is every single time that you're scanning that person, or almost every single time is showing up under stress. So now you go to that
Oh.
one, you start from the top one first.
Mm-hmm.
So now I put a 1 here, okay? And then you go to the next ones,
Yeah.
nothing, nothing. Then you got a 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the next one. So you got 1
True.
here, 1 here. And then go to the next one. You get 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So now you see
Mm-hmm.
out of the 6 times, we didn't have anything that showed up every single time. So like
Yes.
number 2 showed up twice, so that's like the sinus area, and then number 6 showed up twice, so that's the hypothalamus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Wow, this is very cool. I like that. I didn't see that. I didn't know about this option. Super. Let me try the
oh, this
endocrine.
is the most powerful section. So from here you can
Wow.
draw a lot of information because the bio
And
was
you were saying that, and I couldn't understand why you were saying this, and now I do.
yeah, this is powerful.
Oh, okay. So
So
okay, so nothing here. Which one is oh, it's the nervous system. Okay, so now we know.
yeah, see, the nervous system is something that is being influenced a lot. So that's what you got to focus on.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see like how many times was it parasympathetic? How many times was sympathetic?
Ah, yeah, that's right. So it's mostly it's
Yeah,
parasympathetic
mostly was
and
parasympathetic
yeah.
dominance. So now you know, okay, you got to activate your nervous system a little bit to create that balance.
Mm.
So it's a
So
little
you
bit
do
lazy.
the sympathetic one.
Yeah, sympathetic is kind of like lazy. It's like, taking his time. So you gotta like, oh, you gotta bring a little oomph in there.
Not be lazy.
No, not about
Maybe too.
not about you being lazy. It's your ANS. That's kind of like,
I know.
it's not maybe shooting the synapses as it should be.
Got it.
So then
Mhm.
sometimes maybe a little bit of coffee, that'd be like, poof, it'll balance that out. Not that coffee is good for you. Don't, I don't drink coffee, but I'm just saying
I
something
know.
that
I
would
stopped drinking
stimulate your
coffee. I could.
system that could like create that balance.
So I just need to okay. So then I need to stimulate I need to stimulate myself to have more like energy in my nervous system.
Yeah.
Got it. Wow. What else about this stuff? Because this is so interesting. If there's anything else.
So that's pretty much it for this one.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you really want to pay a lot
Okay.
of attention to. The one that you see every single time is highlighted. We usually want to focus on that. Recommend them to see a specialist. If it continues, like like this was like 6 scans throughout what it's like in a
Mm-hmm.
month, right? It's all in April.
Yeah.
So then like if this is one of my clients, then maybe they come back to me 2 weeks from now, right?
Uh-huh.
And I get some more scans of them there, and then maybe they come back again after 2 weeks. I get more scans there, so then I have a whole bunch of data to really see, okay, in a month of them scanning them, which system is it shown like every single time they need help, and then at that point I'll make some recommendations to them to see, maybe go see a specialist for this section.
Got it.
But now again, still you need to have a full understanding of the flow. Because if you just come in
Yeah.
here and you go to, like, for example, endocrine system, and you see that everything's out of balance and shown low, then I need you to understand that, okay, why? Why is everything low? And the endocrine system is all the glands in the head, right? So why are they always all low? Do they have any issues like physically? Or is it because energy is not getting there? And based on what we talked
Mm-hmm.
about now, if you go and look at the person's spine, and if you see they have a lot of blockages, that energy is not getting to the top of the head, then that's the solution for them, not to send them to go get like hormone tests done and things like that. They can just go get a massage or see an acupuncturist to help the flow of energy in their spine, and that would automatically send more energy to the top of their head. So
Oh,
that's the
okay.
power of this system. We can really help people in a completely different way.
Makes sense. Yep. It's you have to be like not so like focused on the details. You just see the whole
See the
picture.
whole picture. Yeah, that's how we can help people.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. So now let's go to these two guys who I like. I only go to the energy diagram, look at the picture that highlights me which organs are in balance, and that's it. I don't even
Yeah,
go into
it's like
details
the
because I
throat
don't
is
know what
like
to say.
ah. It's like, and you know,
I don't know.
one of the really powerful meditations that like I've done for myself. Sometimes like I'm talking too much, and like I go scan myself, my throat is like shooting out. I just put my hands on there, and I just send love to my throat, my thyroid, and I just thank it. Like, thank you, I appreciate you. It's like the
Yeah.
Hawaiian ritual. Like, I thank you, I'm sorry, you forgive me, I love you.
Yes.
The
Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono, yeah, you go through that, and oh my God, you'd be amazed. Right after, you can scan yourself, and poof, it comes down. Maybe
Really?
not,
I
doesn't
need to
come like
try that.
completely back into balance, but
Yeah.
when it's like shooting out to
Right.
those highs, then you can really like you see a big drop.
Ah,
And
I'll try
just
that.
do that like
It's a
on a
beautiful.
day-to-day basis, yeah. And then see, like, I don't think it's emotional. Do you feel like you're holding stuff in? You don't like you don't like express yourself to the world in a way you want yourself to be?
Um, I mean, I try not to. I'm much better now, but before I was really like that. I was stuck, and I was not speaking up and not saying what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But recently I was much better. Like
Okay.
over like a year or so.
Okay. And these stuff
Um,
can build up over time. So if somebody has
but
like,
there's I had a really interesting. So since I got the bio, I was very good. There was something happened in my life. Like it's funny because I was working on balancing myself, doing all sorts of modalities. Like you name it, I did it,
uh-huh.
and to kind of get myself into the state of balance, energetically, emotionally. And I found myself on January, and I was incredible, like so surprised how beautiful everything looked. And then something happened. I had a visitor, and it triggered a lot of things. After that, my whole system
Oh my
literally
God.
collapsed.
Oh my God.
And I think that's where it's coming from because I wasn't speaking out like, it's so annoying, you have to do something. So
Yeah.
now we're
So
kind of building.
you got to practice on all the sides of it. I mean, you got to meditate on the emotions of what you're holding on to, and then practice releasing. And the more you work with
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and the more you see that it just keeps on going. And like, spending time like sweating it out, like sweat out, and think about the emotions, do like breathing, like, like it's like a hot sauna or steam sauna or like a hot tub
Yeah.
with yourself, not with other people that you're going to bring in everything else from everybody else into your system. But yeah, if you go through some detox protocols, we use the patches a lot. I love the Life Wave patches. We use them a lot. We research them a lot. They help a lot in reducing stress and help people to
Okay.
go through detoxification naturally. So yeah, you
I
got to.
think that lady was with us on the panel. Do you remember we were together on that panel in November in Miami?
Yes, I
I don't
don't
know if
think
you
anybody
recognize
was
me,
about
but me.
Life Wave. Were they?
She was there as well, that lady you're talking about, Lightwave, no? This little, like, the blonde lady. I forgot her name right now.
Oh, was she talking about Life Wave? Yeah, maybe. It's. I mean, there's so many people that work with Life Wave. I mean, we're the research company,
Ah,
so we do a lot of research for them. But
okay. So I don't know if that was the same that you are associated with. She was there talking about the Lightwave as well. And I was kind of a little bit skeptical. So you see, sometimes I work with energies and all these things, and sometimes someone comes up with some things, and I'm like, really? It's like, I'm not kind of sure.
I have done a lot. That was my initial experience with them, because I had a lot of people at the university that I was studying that they would come to me. Those are all like doctors that had graduated that would come and tell me about Life Wave. That they're like, oh, it's so powerful. We've been using it. We've seen a lot of results. And I was like, okay, whatever. And especially because like a network marketing company, like yeah, I was just like, I don't know if I want to work with that. But finally, like we had an event, and Dr. Stacy, which is like one of their, she's pretty high up there. She's like, Nima, let
Mhm.
me come to this event and let me show you how powerful this is. I was like, okay, if you're volunteering to come and show us, I'm not going to say no. So she came, we
Yeah.
scanned people, and she was just putting patches on people. They were going, coming back after like 10, 20 minutes. We were scanning them again, and we're like, wow, what the heck? Like
Oh
huge
my gosh.
shifts. And people would notice it. Like they would come there, like, I want to buy this stuff. Like, so I'm just sitting there. I'm like, she's like signing up person after person after person. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So
Oh wow.
yeah, I mean, we scanned hundreds of people and we put patches on them and done after, before, afters, huge differences.
No.
So
Okay.
we
Maybe I
actually
have
made a
to look
software
into it.
now for our practitioners that you can actually I think I have it up here. I may be able to show it to you. That you can like do a scan. We're creating the systems now that you can go in and you can see like um like what kind of patches would be recommended for like different people.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I gotta log into that system. Our developers are still working on this. That's why I think he's calling me.
Okay. That's
So
okay.
yeah, once we have those
Yeah,
available,
I didn't take it because on that event in Miami, that she gave, I had in the little bag a voucher to go and get it, and I
uh
only saw that voucher when I got home, and I'm like, oh, now it's too late.
huh.
So I never tried it.
Yeah, if you want to try it, we have a very active team that we can get you involved with it, and we have a whole educational course on it. I have a lot of data on BioWell and how to like place what patches where, because that works with the acupuncture points. So like different issues that people have, we see huge results on placement of where you place it. It has a big difference.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I would like to know more about that. If that's, I trust you because you know the
yeah, I
stuff
use it
that you
personally. Like
find.
I just went to when I went to Egypt, I always take their patches with me because like when I'm traveling, like I don't want to pick up something, so I use their like they have a glutathione that I usually use, and I feel
Mm,
like big difference. Like sometimes when I'm traveling, I get shivers, like when I'm up in altitude, and like I feel like I'm getting
yeah.
weak a little bit. But whenever I have these patches on me, like I travel just fine, and
Wow,
yeah, it's pretty powerful.
that's cool.
Yeah, whenever you're ready, we can get you some patches so you can try them out. Are you coming to our level 2 in Orlando?
No, I'm not because I haven't even done the level ones, and I'm like, what am I going to do with
Oh my
level
God, you
two?
should come to that one. That one's like so awesome to be there with Dr. K. You learn so much, like hands on. Your understanding is pretty awesome. Like you're ready for level 2. Like your scans are good. You have a whole bunch of scans already, so you could really benefit from that if you can join us. And it's right here in Orlando, so you don't have to like travel for it.
Yeah, I'll see. Yeah, because I've been doing so many trainings recently, and but I'll look into it. Maybe I'll do it online, but I would love to be in
No,
person, of
no,
course.
come in person. Don't do it online. Online is like you don't get the same experience when you
Of
come there. I
course.
mean, there's so much attention. We get to really like and Dr. K
Yeah.
shares so much awesome research, and we do like hands-on research there using the different accessories. So that really expands your horizons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to know more about Sputnik, but that's
Yeah,
later.
and then
Let's
we're gonna
carry
go
on.
to Egypt, so you gotta know how to use the Sputnik and all that stuff.
Okay, so this stuff. I understand from what I have been reading and listening that this is the amount of energy the body sends to that particular part that is compromised.
Hmm.
Is
So
that right?
now, the best way to really understand this, if you use the individual scans, and then if you go to the energy field and then click on show energy diagram. So go to
Let's
like
look like that.
yeah, go to one of your individual scans.
Mm-hmm. Let's go the last one. See.
Yeah, and then go to energy field or energy
Mm-hmm.
diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Next one over.
This one? Ah, diagram. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And then now click on show area diagram.
And that's the only thing I do is this.
Yeah.
I don't even go here. I just skip it. I go here and then I click here and I'm like, okay, that's what I look at.
Yeah, so this is what you want to study. As long as there's a distance between the orange and the red, then that's a good sign. That's a sign of a healthy energy flow in the system, energy production. But if you go and pick somebody that has like a lot of issues in their energy body, I'll show you how that would look. Maybe
Oh, I
pick a
need to show you.
different, pick a different person or a different
There's,
scan.
so look at this person.
Ay, ay, ay.
I know, and look, every there only a few times happened. Here, he's got 22%, 7%. He's a case. This one that had one, or there's a little bit better.
You see that same
But
guy that his field was all broken up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have conversations with him and see what's going on with him.
Yeah, that's different. Okay, let's see. Maybe her.
Yeah. So now show area diagram. No. Go to energy diagram and then click on show area diagram. Yeah.
Oh, here. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, because there are the two of them.
Now do you see how here it gets that yellow color?
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a sign of like, your system is using way too much energy for that section. So that means that, okay, you need to pay attention to that area. And then sometimes if they get too close, they get the red color. And that means that there's like energy depletion there.
Deficient, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
how you make sense of that.
Sorry, it's just because I need to go every time I need to click here. So yeah, this guy, when I went on him, it's like he's got red everywhere, all around.
Those are, if the system is really low in energy, then it's going to show red everywhere.
Yeah. So that's I'm doing the right thing. I'm just skipping to here and go to area diagram. They two on top of each other, and then it shows me the balance in between them two, and then where is the energy too low or too much.
Exactly. So that's then, if there's too much energy there, you want to work on liver to, bring it more into balance. So all the energy is on the waistlet there.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, balance we have talked about the balance.
We talked about. Now let's go to organs energy.
Organs energy.
Yeah, we talked about pretty much everything in the compare. So now there's some few tabs that are not covered in the compare mode. So now here, this is the bioable software, different tabs is like put up like an onion. Like the first tab is the outer layer of the onion. As you go towards the inside, then you're getting to the core. And then that's what we're measuring. We're measuring to see, okay, if there's an issue in the system, how far has it traveled? So now, like for you, we look at your thyroid, it shows a lot of energies there, right? Now we want to see, okay, is that only on the energy body, or is it like almost influencing the physiological? So if you go and you open up the endocrine system here, and you look at the thyroid, you see the energy of the thyroid is shown here, 797.
Okay.
And it's getting the yellow color because of that. And then the second box is showing you the balance. The balance is good, it's 88%. But the energy, see, is a little bit too much energy now. It's even on the closer to the physiological level. Okay. So now we know that your thyroid is a little bit, it's been going on for a little bit. Now it's like almost like seeped in to that area. So you need to start paying more attention to it.
And that's because of the number 7.9, that's above 6, right?
6, yeah. Okay.
And here, when we look at nervous system, so that's just when it's lower number, that means it's more acute. That it's just happened recently.
So 415, that's optimal. We want to ideally be between 4 to 6.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's showing the number. I looked at the color.
Yeah, the color is showing you the balance. See, the balance is at 67%. That's a little.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I was kind of like not looking correctly. Got it.
So that's how you make sense of that one.
That's because there was this balance between parasympathetic and sympathetic. Oh, okay. Got it.
And then if you look here, if you're on nervous system, it's showing you, like if you look up here, see it's on the left side, there's 5.04 joules. On the right side is 490. So the closer they are together, then the balance is like at 100%. But the more that they change, then the balance will drop. So one side, on the right side, the energy is like, is dropped a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is the first one is the energy, the second one is balance. Okay.
Yeah, and you always want to open all these guys up because like some of them they show green, but when you open it up, you see systems in there that are out of.
Oh, that's right. There could be some yellows inside.
Yeah.
Like here.
Like there, yeah. So now, usually most doctors.
What is a blind gut?
Blind gut, that's like your it's a part of your the colon area. So that's like your intestine area, colon area, like close to your appendix.
Okay.
That's where the blind gut is.
That's, everyone's keep asking, and I'm like, it's just part of the intestine. That's what I'm telling them. But no.
And
Yeah,
yeah, a
I
lot of
Googled.
people
It's
have
really hard to get
blind.
the answer.
Yeah, a lot of people I see they have blind gut issues, and that's usually related to their digestive tract.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel
So
any like?
here, why don't we have the squares on this side here
Yeah, so
on the
some systems that we're looking at, they only have like one value. There's no like balance between the left and the right. So those are the ones that we only see just the energy, not the balance.
Okay, all right. Okay, that makes sense. I can move to the here to the next one.
Yeah. Now yin yang, this is the meridian pathway. So these are like the energy highways in the system, and we get to study to see, okay, if they're again, the first column is showing the energy, the second column is showing balance. So
when it says yin and when it says yang, what is the difference?
So we have some like yin systems and we have some yang systems. Yin is more like particle, yang is more like quantum, like more light or energy. So that's how if some systems are yin systems, some systems are yang systems. That's how.
Oh, I thought we have yin and yang of both.
No, there are some systems that are yin and some systems that are yang.
Oh, okay. I just thought it's showing yin because the yin has to be looked into, and yang because the yang has to be looked into. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
And then if the way that these are listed, the order that they're presented here, that's the order that energy is moving through different systems. So, like 3 to 5 a.m., energy goes to our lungs, and then from there goes to the large intestine, stomach, spleen. So then you can look at the flow and then see, okay, where does it get stuck? See, from bladder, as soon as it goes to your kidneys, it goes high. So now we know, okay, we got to work on your lungs. See, there's still too much energy there that comes into the system. And then the next system is the kidneys that we need to focus on. But now sometimes this is a whole other science. I mean, we can just have a 2-hour conversation on just this and many more. Now, sometimes they say if you want to energize the kidney, focus on the liver. So the more energy you send to the liver, then the liver is like the producing energy for kidneys. So those are some ways that you can help the system.
Yeah, there's I know with meridians it's not that simple, like black and white. There's a lot of connections, and then there are some that they because I went to this seminar this weekend from my the other device, and we had a lot of information about meridians too, and so then it kind of got me more confused than actually. But then after I put everything together and make sense of it, but sometimes when there's too much information, it's like, okay,
exactly.
I don't know.
And that's why a lot of this information, I don't recommend you to share with your clients because you're just going to go way above their head. I usually just go through the first and the second tab. I look at the energy field and the chakras, and the rest of it, I just use it for myself to be able to understand really like what the conversations to have with them.
That's right, because then they start asking questions, and then it just gets too convoluted, and then they get confused.
Yeah, exactly. You want to just exactly give them points that they need to start paying attention to and work on, not just like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And read this. Read the information down here. It gives you a lot of amazing information down here. So like all the emotional imbalances, if that system is out of balance, what emotions they would be dealing with.
So, yeah, this is very good information. I like that. That's great.
Yeah.
That's really, really helpful. Okay.
And the last one is the biorhythms. The biorhythms those are really cool. I do a lot of research on those. Wow, look at that. So whenever you have something like this, that's just like a sign of interest. Whenever you get a meeting like in a points like that, and they're close, they're not exactly at one point crossing each other.
Yeah.
But that kind of like when they cross each other at one point, that's like the eclipse for our internal system. That a lot of things can like go out of array when that happens, because it's like everything's kind of like coming into shifts on top of each other. So we usually recommend people to take those days off, especially if that's happening. See, this is a zero line here. From here up, these are higher biorhythms. These are lower biorhythms. So like these are the times that these are really good. You want to be really, risky. If you want to take care of an issue or something, like take care of them when you're up here. When you're down here, don't get into argument with people. Don't, there's chances you're not going to win that argument, you know? So we're just a lot more supported when we're in our higher biorhythms compared to our lower
Yeah.
biorhythms. And
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
those days are crossing, just take a personal day. Don't get into any serious conversations with anybody. Just we usually just take a meditation day and just to sit there.
I knew of biorhythms. Someone exposed me like a year or two ago, and I found it so interesting. And then I saw that on Bio, and I'm like, wow, this is so cool. It's there.
Yeah, it's just so fascinating. I mean, I help a lot of people, especially biohackers, that they want to know when should they take a business meeting? Like during these times, this would be an amazing time for a business meeting. Or when if somebody's an athlete, when should they have a competition? Like, at top of their physical cycles, it'd be like amazing time for them to like take a trip or compete physically. Or if they want to take an exam, you want to see when is the height of their intellectual cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, if they're going to have
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
emotional conversation with their spouse or something, you want to tell them to have it on the day that's like they're at the height of their emotions. So this becomes really like literally like cheat sheet to life. If you go by this, you can really like make some really powerful shifts in life.
But don't you think sometimes when I look at it, actually, this exactly been happening? Maybe it's, there are no coincidences, obviously, but it happens that I did have like a very serious situation happening. What's today, 9th? Yeah, in this time, and a lot of conversations, like challenging conversations, almost like I was waiting for this moment to be high to finally be able to challenge something or someone.
Right.
So I wonder if body innately kind of knows that this is their good time. Curious to
Yes.
see.
So yeah, it's so funny. Like yeah, I experience it all the time. That's why. And it's funny that I've seen some dating apps that I was researching it. I'm like, how are people like using biorhythms? And it's so funny. I saw all these websites coming up that are dating apps that they match couples based on their biorhythms. I thought that was super fan. But
Which
then I was
makes
like,
sense. I'm curious how
yeah,
is mine and my husband's.
I know. And I had like, I checked my wife and I was like, yeah, we're not really in the same biorhythms. I'm like, we get along until I met one of my coworkers. And like, it was just like I met this guy and I was like, oh my God, like we're on the same vibe. Like, like I don't have to really tell him much. He just picks up my vibe and he just goes with it. So I never understood.
Wow.
I'm like, wow, this is so cool. Like, we're like, it almost feels like we're the same person. And then we looked at it accidentally. We're doing an event, and we usually do events when we're in our higher biorhythms. If we're low, we don't do events. So we were
Yeah.
checking the event to see, like, is it the event, like, should we go to it or not? We were both at the same exact down biorhythm. So we're like, okay, cancel that
Wow.
event. We're not going. So we've already paid so much money. Actually, it was the event in Miami that for this year
Okay.
we're supposed to go to the, I don't know what's called, some sort of a life something. So we spent thousands of dollars. We booked the events, but we didn't go. We're like, because we like truly respect the science.
Yeah. No, that's true. You have to go with what you feel inside.
I know you got to go with the flow. That's like if I've learned something in life, it's about going with the flow. And if you know your
Yeah.
flow and you can go with the flow, oh my God, miracles happen.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's we deep down we all know the answers. It's just we are so bombarded and
Exactly.
coded by other things.
And a lot of forces that keeps us away want to keep us away from that, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
So that's
That's
the cool
cool.
thing about the biorhythms. And then we have the one finger scan, the stress scans. The one finger is let's say you scan somebody and you see like their heart energy is too much, and then let's say you
I
have
haven't done that one yet. So yeah. Okay, please tell me.
so then if you want to focus on a specific area, and then let's say you have an essential oil or you have some crystals or something that you feel like would help their heart, then you can go on the full scan, look at to see what finger was related to the heart, and then you go to the one finger scan, you select that finger and you will scan it multiple times. So if you
So
come
here I would do left thumb, right?
So if you come over here, you go there, that will show you like, see, that's the right little that's showing the heart.
Oh yeah, yes. There's a lot of.
So then when you go and like, let's say you have a supplement or something, then you go to the one finger scan and then you pick
Okay.
You
I'll
pick
go here.
the up here, you're gonna drop this down and you're gonna pick the pinky, and then you scan it. You have to at least scan it 4 times on the one finger scan. You can't just scan it one time. So then you have them hold on to it, you scan it 4 times, and then at the end it gives you the information. Then you can see, okay, like did that supplement or crystal or whatever, did it really help that system energetically or not?
Okay, so I made a mistake because what I was doing the stress test to scan to check on the person if something stresses them or not.
So the stress scan, yeah, that's what you want to use also. That's more for the entire system because the ring fingers are connected to our nervous system and endocrine system. So, but if you want more information specifically, you do the one finger. If you want to stress overall, you do the stress scan on the 2 ring fingers.
Got it. Makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
And then the environment tab, that's for all the accessories. Yeah. So once you have the Sputnik, once you have the other accessories, then we spend a lot of time in here to like teach you how to analyze the information, or and that's more covered in level 2 with Dr. K. Any questions? I think we have a little bit more time if you want to spend more time on a specific topic.
So the one question I have, which is as I was on that training with my machine, and I see how good the BioWell is in conjunction. So therapists from that, I told them about BioWell, and most of them heard of it, but they kind of like didn't know, and they want to buy it. And I know there's the affiliate program.
Yes.
Do I have to go through the whole level 1 for them to be able to go to buy through me, or?
No, as long as I can tell that usually you have to be a level 1 practitioner before you become an affiliate. But since you're already registered in the course, and I know your understanding is great, and you can speak the language the way you should be, then yeah, definitely you can start. And you can just go to our website, go to Gaiahealers.com. Let me show you how. So just go online, go to Gaia Healers, and then it says become an affiliate. Just click on that link and then fill out this form here. If you want to do it right now, you can do it, and I can approve you right away so you can get in there. And I don't know, do you see my share, or I think I was looking at your share, so I don't think you can see my screen.
No, you were looking at mine. So I can't see your screen.
If you stop your share, then you'll see my screen.
Stop share. Okay.
So you go to our website, Gaiahealers.com, and it says become an affiliate here. You click there, and then you just fill out this section right here.
So the password, I'm creating a new password for that particular.
Yeah, this is specifically just for your affiliate program.
Okay.
This is a third-party company that generates your link, and then whenever people use your link to come to our site, it automatically tracks the sales. If you have somebody that wants to buy and you don't want to send them a link and all that, shoot me a text message and be like, Nima, this is the name of the person. They want to buy your well, and then send me their email address, and I will shoot them a link. And since you text me, then I know it's from you. Then I will personally just do the 10% for you. You get a 10% commission on the sales. Yeah, cool. Because I saw that, and I thought, might as well make some money if we can. Why not? It's like $300. Sounds like $230, and if they get the education, it's another $120. So we have a lot of affiliates that make great money with us. Yeah, of course. And I like it because I like to be affiliated with things, not because just to make money, because it is great bonus. Because I like the technology, and I know it works, and I know it does the right things. Yeah, it helps a lot of people. It's bonus, Absolutely. Yeah, and people are interested. They're just asking for it. They don't have to even sell it to them. So yeah, that's perfect. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Yeah, we need to grow our network, so we need you guys to be sharing with people.